Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Everybody, welcome.
welcome to the stream. Hello.
Welcome to stream.
I'm here.
Brought to you by Chocolatey Nougaty Deliciousness. That isn't sponsoring us.
It isn't sponsoring us, but you are fixated on it, apparently.
I can't stop. I got a one-track mind.
That track is Rem Lazar starring in a peanut in a Snickers commercial. Just in a commercial loosely for the concept of peanuts.
You remember that time when Rem Lazar showed up to the Peanuts and they did like a whole thing? They had Thanksgiving together.
Oh man. You know, I've not actually watched this commercial you've linked me, so I'm going to take the bold decision to actually just play this on stream, just audio only. But you know,
hey everybody, Rem Lazar is in a commercial.
Can I help you enjoy that Snickers? Happy peanut soul over chocolate-covered mountaintops and waterfalls of caramel. Prancing nougat in the meadow sings a song of satisfaction to the world. The world. That's right.
So that's a Snickers commercial. I'm sorry for this native advertising that we've accidentally subjected y'all to.
Snockers.
No, we actually have ads switched up on our channel. So you shouldn't be getting them, so...
Give us money anyway, Snockers.
It's true. Oh, yeah.
Tell everyone that your candied bars are trash.
For whatever reason, Rem Lazar came up when we were just shooting the shit pre-stream, and Sleep was like, hey, did you know that Rem Lazar was in a Snickers commercial?
I don't sound like that.
No, you super don't. I'm sorry that's just my other personal voice. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I understand.
If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about Rem Lazar, just look up Rem Lazar on YouTube. There's like the whole movies on there.
That's a good one. I was in a panic before stream started because I didn't know what we were going to talk about, and I couldn't stop thinking about the stupid Snickers commercial. So it was either that or this awful paper cut I have on my index finger. Now I guess it's both.
God,
so everybody feel bad for me. I have a paper cut, and it makes me sad.
I was hoping we could avoid the paper cut, but here we are.
Me too. But here we are. And where are we? What are we playing today, Jax?
Well, today we're going to be playing Bad End Theater. I'm actually going to turn the audio on. There it is.
Oh.
Now, how's that balanced? That seems about right. It is using a very familiar sound font, so I'm going to constantly be going like... Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
So this, obviously content warnings for blood, gore, violence, and strong language. This is a visual novel-ish kind of choose-your-own-adventure-ish thing. I'm gonna take a sippy.
Me too.
Love that.
Wow,
crunch.
that was our... Nope, that wasn't our... Never mind. I'm an idiot. I was going to say that was our 1,000th hydrate. It's not. It's cost $1,000. Look.
1,000 hydrate. Da, 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 da. Oh.
Oh, it's like confetti raining from the ceiling, but they're just ice cubes.
Ow, 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 ow.
Evacuate the theater. Oh my god.
No, we've got to evacuate the theater.
Well, that's the term.
Okay. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we will be toying with fate. You'll make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you would like.
Devil doll, devil doll, devil doll, devil doll.
We are the Demon Doll. You control the Demon Doll. You're a fierce-looking gal, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the Human Doll?
Go on a date, go on a date, go on a date.
Play nice, play nice, play nice. Yeah, no cat doll. I'm sad. Whoa!
Oh, ruthless.
Trying to make friends with a human doll when it kills you in cold blood, how ruthless. Found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time, try controlling the other doll. Okay. You control the boring human doll.
I don't like that it asks you to do that. I'm feeling shenanigans are about to happen.
To control the other doll, you mean? Or
Yeah, it just told you to control the other doll, yet you still had the choice. It looked like. So I feel like shenanigans are afoot already.
can we... Go ahead and try playing as a human doll this time. Okay, no, it's not
Okay,
good.
maybe not.
You control the human doll. You're a friendly little gal just minding your own business. While you interact with the demon doll. Play nice? Oh! You and the demon doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends.
Yay!
How are we both today? I'm doing good. Sleet's got a paper cut.
I have a paper cut.
The Snickers commercial stuck in her head, apparently.
And a Snickers stuck in my hair.
Oh no.
What?
How did that happen? What happened?
I don't know. I don't even.
Cafeteria
Snickers.
accident? Ugh.
Yeah.
I should have written out this possibility. It's just not suited to my theatre whatsoever. Now you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behaviour in advance. You just saw these behaviours will automatically be set to whatever you chose during your last playthrough. But now you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from that doll's perspective. My theatre actually doubles as a puzzle game. Try turning the doll's behaviours on and off to see the different outcomes. Well. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
God, hang on.
Oh, God. Kill.
Okay. Interact with the demon doll. Attack it. You're both attacking each other at once and die together.
Oh.
End tutorial. Well,
Alright.
do you understand how to play? Yeah.
Sure.
Just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Let's start the show. Oh, I love...
I like their energy.
Oh. They're so scrunkly. Okay, well...
They're all locked.
I mean, we gotta start as the Overlord, right?
Yeah. Ah.
You're the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army.
Those bastards.
There's even a role called Hero whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal, anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in the hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself, everyone is just doing their best to fulfill your roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are.
So cute.
They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? The day off!
Day off.
Time to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. Nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. You awake to a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out to the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this.
What the fuck?
The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You're unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the overlord in the first place. Truth was, the game was rigged from the start. Also, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you're swallowed by darkness. Yay!
We did it.
Okay, let's check out Cool Underling's Day Off. Cringe hero with a belt on. You know, you're super right, actually. Oh, I love them. You want to read this one?
Yeah, let me give your voice a break. You are a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She's surprisingly cool with it. Nice. You set out on your adventure outside the castle. Change of atmosphere excites you, and you spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free.
Oh! I agree on Natural 20, Underling best creature.
As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options.
Please stop yelling.
When the maiden realizes you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she's started talking to you like you're friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you, because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? If demons and humans have independent societies, wouldn't it make sense for them to have each have their own language? The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill.
Yeah, they just released a new raid, and it's really good. And I've got the grind to get to the level cap.
Something little ghost robots, something cool skateboard motorcycles. The bottom line from what you gather is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. They seem to be getting along just fine, so you decide it's about time for a nap.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. You emerge from your room to find that a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk!
Nope.
You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad not to be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle, until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from any humans or demons. Or you'll live peacefully, alone in some deep dark forest somewhere.
Neat.
Yay!
Baby lives, so that's something, I suppose.
Yeah, at least baby lives.
Ah. You're a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to Spooky Demon Overlord's castle. Oh, the Nonary games. I don't... Is that the Zero Escape things, or is that something else? Anyway. You're told that you're fated to be captured by the Overlord one day because you're a beautiful young girl. Demon
You're
Overlord's
fated to be captured by the Overlord one day because you're a beautiful young girl.
That's what I've heard.
That's what they told her.
Demon Overlords apparently love capturing those. I think you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity? Who knows? You're in church. You pray to your god, asking why you've been born into this role of maiden.
What the fuck?
You respect the divine plan and all. You're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You're impatient. Being a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you just to hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon just to, you know, see what happens. No, little adventure. A demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. Introduce yourself. Tell your demon your name and explain you're a maiden from the village. Tell me you're thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you'd hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. He doesn't really seem to have been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agrees to take you to their master nonetheless. Oh yeah, it is the Zero Escape stuff. Okay. Yeah, I want to dig into those sometime. Those look good. After a long walk to the castle, you're introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens or do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You once been told that demons would one day seek you out and something awful would happen. Then a hero would come to your rescue. I want to believe that you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand.
Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much.
Perfect. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize that must be why you'd never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. They may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. I feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better.
No kiss. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along?
Even if you were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the ways things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. Oh, they are gonna... Uh-oh. But then a hero barges into the room.
Nani?
His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon, too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you are never in any danger. The Overlord has walked past the hero and out into the hall. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. The Overlord, who you'd just been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. It's clear now that you've been deceived by her sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after all. You somehow managed to slip past the Overlord and make it out of the blood-soaked castle. You never look back. They didn't even get to smooch.
They didn't even get to smooch.
Okay, let's see what Belthead here.
You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You are told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby Demon Overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role.
I am loving the pixel art here. This
you were
has got...
born with a silver belt on your head. It is very cute. I like it a lot. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience.
Bravely slaughter the evil creatures, or pretty like a coward. Whoop!
Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord.
Ask if they'll let you in.
You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable.
Hell yeah, Shadowhunter, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. The Overlord and the maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate.
What's going on?
Politely, what the fuck? The maiden explains that she was never actually captured and that she came here on her own volition. On or of her own volition. No one's really sure. That was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do. But no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to town with you, to reassure everyone of her safety.
Ah, sweet. Hell yes,
Ooh.
Shadowhunter. Hell
A
yeah.
transfer patch, I like that. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you casually exit the castle. The castle. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she's been pretty quiet leaving the Overlord's room. Is she shy? Is she shy? Is she shy? She suddenly stops in her tracks, and you turn your head to ask what the deal is with airline food and some such. Oh, the Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did, but she suddenly takes off towards the burning castle. Panic sets in and you follow to try to stop her. The smoke is so thick, you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? This is too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates. Nobody won't allow you to take another step forward. No, going there would be suicide. You return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the Demons.
I mean, not exactly, but...
She done got toasted. Or whatever. Okay, so here we got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I do want to redo the underling and just
Okay.
so hang on, let's okay, so that's oh, okay. Interesting.
Well, oh, the map.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Okay, so let's see. I
So
do want to
if-
see what happens if the underling just scrumps the the maiden. Nope. Sorry, you were gonna say something.
I was gonna say if we make the Overlord a tyrant, then we don't even get to meet the maiden.
Yeah.
So that's very different. You are a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you.
Oh, here we go.
Wow, time passes.
She greets you. Let's go ahead.
She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. You
Oh,
start devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought, and feel quite proud of that. Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet.
put on a show.
You attack the nearest human. He is old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully.
It's also the fucking gingerbread man, apparently. Or Mr. Pringles, I'm not quite sure. Hey,
Pringle.
hey, Corona.
Your audience's screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you.
Whoop.
Whoop, he takes you out in one swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think that was totally worth it. It's over. The performer.
Neat. Okay, so how's that changed our funny chart? So that's... The underling performs a brilliant massacre and are slain by the hero. So what happens there if we decide to back off at that point? Boop.
Guess let's see.
Oop.
Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum, maiden flesh. You figure if people are this upset at just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you'd commit. Also, they might fight back. That probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been adequately refreshing. You return to the castle, thinking you'll take a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. Ah, they're cute.
Oh,
They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're going to get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. I want to hear if you're in or out. And being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead?" Your friends question your loyalty to their cause.
She's not so bad, you guys.
Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. Just let yourself die. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat.
Jesus.
You die deathly.
You die, you die, you die. Oh, Hermie, I'm glad you're cheering up.
I'm glad. I hope it didn't immediately just get soured by that.
Okay, so if we have a hungry and disloyal underling, that's weird though, because I thought, like, oh, I see. Okay, right. So like, okay, so underling devours the maiden. Don't like the abandoning their comrades wasn't necessarily part of the devouring part, but whatever. Okay, so confirms the plan to kill the Overlord. Well, let's see where we get to with disloyal.
Consume the Goyle.
Yeah, okay, let's kill the Overlord.
Yeah, whatever. You tell them you were just joking and clarify that you're totally in it to win it. They say you are always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of faux confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. They figured they'd just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance.
Oh boy.
There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on, and while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want it to come down to this.
I love these demon outfits also. Oh.
Just A-necks and jammy pants. But you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You sneak into the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful.
Time to die.
You figure the cleanest way to do this would be to dig your claws into her throat, so you do just that. She wakes, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible.
Ah, Cat Village XYZ, thank you for the follow.
Ah, Cat Village.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Mm-hmm.
You remind yourself it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room to find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You are the new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you as you had betrayed your overlord.
Neat.
You are no longer an underling. You are now just Ling.
You are now Lord Underling. Okay, well, let's check out Coward Underling that doesn't go through the assassination plot. Whoop! Scrumph. Whoops! Nope! That was wrong.
Then we died. Then we died. Then we died. We just died.
Okay, Scrumph. Run. Disloyal.
You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with it. You turn to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking the exit. In a panicked whisper, you ask them to let you out. This seems to have been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them this is pretty fucked up, and ask again to be let out. The Overlord stirs in her bed. While your head is turned, the demons shut the door. Scramble into the Overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying.
Aww.
Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize they've set the room on fire. You hear the Overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. Wow. The Underling just accepts death a lot, huh?
Apparently.
Beep boop bop. Bop bop bop.
Beep boop boop.
Bop bop
Bop bop
bop
boop.
bop bop.
Beep boop boop.
Bop bop. Bop bop bop.
Yeah, there's a lot of central branch. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There's a lot to this game, apparently.
Yeah. So there's what, 41 endings?
Something like. Okay.
They are an Underling. They're probably used to dying en masse. Yeah, I guess. That's kind of fucked up.
Okay, so we've flipped the Overlord to Tyrant, so the Underling's now not going to get the day off. So let's see how that goes.
Right. You're a Barbaluba. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she is kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot.
Uh-oh.
You should probably steer this in a responsible direction.
Let's not.
You tell your friends you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna be a rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways.
Okay, so that takes us to the same areas.
Yeah.
So.
Let's overthrow her. Bleh. Bleh.
I love their scrunkly mouth.
Bleh. No, you're sick of this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change of management. Your friends suggest that maybe you should be the new Overlord. You like the sound of that. You announce your first act of rebellion is to take the day off like you wanted. Friends aren't very impressed. You assure them you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them.
Good. Okay.
Okay. So that doesn't do anything that exciting. Eat yummy yum yum, run away, little coward boy.
Oh.
They're very eager to talk to you about the whole kill the Overlord plan. You bet you haven't given it much thought and only just now remembered it was a thing. Your friends question your loyalty to their cause.
Okay.
Tell them you were just joking, clarify you're totally in it to win it. They say you're always terrible with jokes. Yeah, but be. Yeah. Kill.
Okay, so that was the same underling overlord, I guess.
Yeah. Looks like there's other things about the Overlord that.
Yeah, I
we
think
do first.
I think if we flip the hero's behavior to either on or off of dutiful, then
Yeah.
Let's be the overlord a bit.
Okay.
Okay, beep-a-doop. They can have the day off. Ah! You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. It's a maiden from the nearby Hewn village. He says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this.
Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like?
You don't really understand the question.
I don't really understand the question.
You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her.
Just go home and stop worrying about it.
The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. Now kiss, I wish.
And then they kiss.
You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not all what she expected them to be. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, to not agitate them and get heroes sent after you.
That explains why the people of my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful.
Your face looks lickable, the best pickup line. Huh.
Dang.
Huh. I mean, if you're a dog? You're surprised to hear her thank you. You always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time and you were actually super evil all along. Maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. People in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. Dense lesbians.
Why do all lesbians sink in water?
Because they're so dense?
Because they're so dense.
You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time it's the hero. He's apparently searching for the maiden who is rumored to have been captured by your kind.
Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind?
After everything's explained, the hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you.
Ooh.
Go. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope a new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. Until your door slams shut.
Aw, Baines.
Ah. Or you know it, everything around you is being engulfed with flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. You're being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from? This one burns. You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell.
That went well.
That gave us
Ooh.
some good ones there. I mean, maybe if we play the maiden, we can get some more of her
Yeah.
attributes. Okay.
Aye.
Introduce yourself. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. Explain the situation, reassuring him that you're never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that blah blah blah. You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read that note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. You're about halfway back to the village when you feel something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. Stop in your tracks, the castle's engulfed in flames. Is the Overlord alright? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. To be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fists against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you'd forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. The fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke! A maiden saving the Overlord. Gareth Johnson, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve.
Oh, dang.
Let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul.
What?
Ouch!
Okay, so she's got some issues a little bit.
And that's when the narrator has some issues.
Maybe.
Okay, so... what happens to the underling if the maiden isn't polite? Whoop. Oh.
Nothing too exciting. What happens if we make the underling hungry and play as the maiden?
Oh god. Nothing great, I think. Shape for a hero to come save you. Actually, introduce yourself. From the village.
Hello, my name's Terry. Teriyaki?
You start fighting a lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid. Why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This is your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you're swallowed by the demon until you are no more.
Okay, I guess I don't know what I expected.
Okay, so impolite maiden, shout for a hero to come save you. You yell, but the hero does not come. Demon's put off by okay.
Could you maybe not?
Whoop.
Then I died in a fire.
Okay, so let's play the hero as a complete asshat.
Okay.
Maidens, bet you can't eat just one.
Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from occasional blah.
Bravely slaughtered the evil creatures.
Brave murder! You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord.
Diplomatic?
You attempt to explain why you've come, but the monster before you is eyeing you with suspicion. I can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier you haven't had the chance to wash off yet. Whoops. No maidens. I've no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience points for you. You make your way through the castle, fending off all the demons that stand in your way. You make it to the Overlord's chamber and hope you're still in time to save the maiden. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Kill!
What's going on?
She explains that she came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitantly asks why you're covered in blood. It's tomato soup. It's tomato soup.
Tomato soup.
Had some tomato soup. Got some more ones.
Did a big spill.
Wanna go get some soup?
You want to go lick some soup off my jorts?
It's, whoa.
You don't have to
Not
respond.
really forward or anything. The Overlord moves past you and out the door. My soup! See her army in lifeless, bloody piles. She's wailing. It's horrible. This is your chance, hero. Feed her some soup. So this is all just a big misunderstanding. You hope she'll let this whole thing slide if you could just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. She tears you apart, and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserved this.
Whoops.
Tragic.
Okay, so what if we bravely stab the Overlord in the back?
Bravely murder her. You demonize me. Did you gather your courage? This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are all evil demons anyway. The world is much safer with them gone.
Ah, D&D ass morality.
They're chaotic evil or whatever the fuck. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord just as you suspected. But they're doing smooches.
Destroy the Overlord!
Stab! You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams, then falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your soup-covered hand. She takes it. After slight hesitation, she must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen.
Cool. I hate it.
Cool. We bop boop boop bop beep beep bop 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 boop beep boop 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 beep bop bop.
I kind of want to see what happens if the Overlord doesn't let the maiden leave.
Yeah, let's
I
Let's-
want them to kiss.
Okay, polite maiden, Overlord. Whoop. Stay off. Whoop. Just stay for a little while. Whoop. Keep her here. The maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. You tell the hero you won't let him take her home. The maiden assures you she'll be back, but you don't budge. The hero is cautious now.
If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. And if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you.
You have no choice. You destroy the hero before he can steal your maiden away. She's frightened. You don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to her village? Now she doesn't have to leave. You take a step toward the maiden and she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. You'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Oh,
Ah, I see.
yeah, that sucked as well. Beep bop boop bop boop boop. So I'm gonna just let's see. Tyrant. So the maiden and the underling wind up running into each other no matter what.
Mhm.
Let's see if we can get some more maiden qualities.
Yeah.
Hey Alice.
Oh no.
Hi. Whoops, oh yeah.
Oh no.
Forgot I did set the underling to hungry. Whoops, whoops, whoops.
No.
Hey, you're a maiden from the village. Oh.
Oh.
Hang on. After a long walk to the castle, you're introduced to the Overlord. She lectures the underling that brought you here, who is apparently told not to leave their post. You wonder what cruel punishment awaits them. But, to your surprise, she lets them off easy. The underling is dismissed, and the Overlord turns to you, looking very interested. Explain why you've come, and she squints at you. Okay, so that's the same as before. Whoop. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude, you just got here. Oh. Obey her. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He's covered in demon blood. You're frightened by the sight of him and run away.
Ah, blood.
You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions. You tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here, you notice looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You're loudly interrupted by Mr. Monopoly. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly.
Oh.
You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing that they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be. So they say. How have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. You're seized by the crowd and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder...
You
would
already
it...
had one fire death ending. You don't want another one.
You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You've always lived honestly. So why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbours, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so sorry.
Dang.
Yikes!
Okay. So, okay. If we uncheck some hero qualities so that he's not covered in blood,
Mhm,
if we do
yeah.
diplomatic, but yeah, then what'll happen?
Whoop.
That's the Twitter ending. About right.
Obey her. Oh. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He asks you what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is, like, right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve!
Thank you for head pats.
Meow, meow. Thank you for head pats, Paula. You're very upset this so-called hero would treat you this way and leave in a huff. You returned to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you.
No.
Oh, more head pats.
Burns.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
what's this change? So, hero, heroic. Okay, so Maiden stays with the Overlord a while. Hero is dutiful and heroic, and then we get a choice here. So, dutiful, heroic. Whoop. Whoop. Refuse to leave. If you would.
Okay. You put your foot down and tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but she doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! The Overlord shares many stories about the demons with you, and little by little, you realize they might not have been the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe.
Okay, we've seen this far.
The
Oh,
hero syrup, demon blood, flows a liquid. No?
it must be
Realize
demon.
Blood. Something horrible has happened. The hero suddenly dashes toward the Overlord, sword drawn.
More headpats.
Dang.
I think if heroic and diplomatic, it still winds up in a slaughter because I think heroic. Wait, no, it's dutiful that
It's
does
dutiful,
the
yeah.
murders. Yeah. That might be interesting to check. Oh.
Oh.
You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think. You never could have imagined this would be the way that you'd die. At least it wasn't with fire this time.
Mm-hmm.
The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You're glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone, rather than being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out all right for your new friend.
Okay, so that could be interesting from the Overlord's perspective.
Yeah.
So, whoop. Back to work. Give a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but they're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. This can go from heartwarming to awful in no time flat. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy Overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. Oh, me too. Social interaction makes me want to nap.
Absolutely.
Fall asleep pretty quick. Just another of your amazing talents as the Overlord. Okay, brought some company. Thought you told that underling to do their job, not drag strangers into your room. Looks like they took an unauthorized breakaway from the castle. You scold them, but ultimately you're a little interested in this guest, so you let them off easy. That underling's not so bad. Okay. Zoop. Now, I think we tell her she'd better go home, and then... Yeah, you'd love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put on your mean face and tell her to get lost. But the maiden turned out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really want her to leave just in case something bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. Okay. Whoop. Okay. You notice the sounds of battle have started ringing through your castle halls. The maiden's getting nervous, but you reassure her it's only your underlings roughhousing. No big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He's covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle is really taking it out of you. Hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come from the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The maiden shouts something behind you, and you turn just in time to see her throw herself between you and the hero's blade. It pierces her chest, and she falls to the floor lifeless. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. This hero has taken everyone from you now. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all, and become ruler of the entire world. Uh-oh?
Yeah.
Happy end!
Okay, so that went in a way.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So
just
if we make the hero not dutiful,
actually, yeah, see what heroic and diplomatic looks like. Actually, how does that look from the hero's side, honestly? Okay, so not dutiful. Whoop. Diplomatic. Heroic. You lunge forward to put an end to the evil overlord, but your blade pierces the maiden instead. She has sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The overlord wails.
why did you do that? I don't. It's not a voice.
You're not sure if the question's directed at you. The overlord strikes you in a vengeful rage. You parry and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. You look at your hands, your clothes. Blood. So much blood. You look to the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demonic magic. You pick up the overlord's head, wrapping it in your cape. You begin your long journey back to town. You'll say that you were too late, that nothing could be done for the girl, that the overlord is slain. There will be celebration. Woof.
Yay.
Okay. Okay, so what if Underling?
Yeah.
What if Hungerling?
What if hungry?
What if just some Hungy?
You're the hero, you're pretty reliable, I'd swear. Whatever.
Flee. Oop.
Run away.
Can I come in?
The Overlord is alone. You ask about the maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she really never here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says that she wishes she could help you, but you're the fierce Tyrian that's come here in forever. At least that she knows of. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all. But you can't really prove she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. The maiden was never found.
Useless hero!
Yay!
Where was useless in all this? There it is. Okay, so I think the alternate route here is slaughter our way in and the
Oh yeah, slaughter and hungry.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whoop. Whoop.
What the fuck? The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You cannot see only one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about that poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You've become strong from the hordes of demons you took down almost before this final battle. Almost? The Overlord, almost no match for you. Okay, I read up. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You should take us all. The maiden was at his wall.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday!
It's just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured.
Hedges and clippers and hedges and clippers. Seeking, seeking, seeking. Oil paintings, oil paintings, oil paintings.
You feel hollow. Oh, great evil has been banished from this world, but what does it matter if you are doing to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. Womp womp. Womp womp womp.
Okay, so... Okay, so we set antisocial here and obedient here, and I think we have a funny little chat with the maiden.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, I forgot to set the underling to not hungry.
Oh.
So the maiden got 8.
Ah, beans.
On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is like right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord. It turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Oh, dear!
Oh, dear.
Whoop!
Okay.
You aren't sure you should listen to this maiden. You've been taught your whole life that demons are evil. You ask if she's sure about all this, but she gets very upset that you would think she would lie to you. She storms off before you can say anything else. Decide to return to the village, certain that she must have been the kidnapped maiden you were sent to rescue. Glad that took care of itself. You take your time walking home. Job well done today, you think to yourself. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise, and you stand idly by as flames consume the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. She seemed nice, though, you think. But evil comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. Decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape this sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Jesus Christ!
Well, this seems to have all worked itself out. I'm gonna go home.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Okay, we got more stuff. I thought there was only the 3.
Ooh,
Interesting.
So, whoop. I think if we... Whoop.
Coward.
She runs from you for some reason. You wonder what that's all about, but then you remember you're covered in demon blood. You look like you're a crazy person chasing after her or anything. You nonchalantly walk back to town. As you walk back to town, you Whoop.
Whoosh. Well,
Okay, I don't know if that counts as a distinct ending.
it said ending or spectator B.
Oh yeah, look, this is maiden behavior obedient. You talk, maiden behavior obedient.
Oh,
She
yeah.
runs from you, and then
Flip back in on each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, so we've got something else down here.
We have to oh, kitty. Hey, bud.
He's
Can I help you?
very afraid of his hair falling down.
Oh no. We have to believe her this time, right?
Yeah, believe her story. You've no reason to assume she's lying to you, even though her story is kind of hard to believe. You feel you should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The 2 of you return to the village. They had all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. The maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look to you for explanation. You politely inform them it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle in how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. The town elder's voice breaks you out of your thoughts. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately and says they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the 2 of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. People are shouting for you to hunt her and her demon friends down already. That doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch up to her and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden toward the Overlord's castle. But you are too late. Through the unguarded gates, you spot a group of demons surrounding a body. The maiden. She was a fool to have trusted the demons after all. Your hero blood is boiling. You'll avenge her death. You charge through the gates to eliminate every demon you see. What the fuck are you doing, killing all my soldiers? The Overlord is... What are you doing in my swamp? Sorry, it had the certain energy.
Oh dear.
The Overlord is angry. You vow to exterminate her and all of demonkind. You clash again and again, but the Overlord isn't going down easy. You're both dangerously low on health when... everything goes black. Your quest has come to an abrupt end.
Oh, unlucky.
Mhm.
Okay, I feel like we need to try that from the maiden's side to figure out what happened there.
Yeah. Discard Discord. Welcome, welcome.
Oh. Hello.
But we need Discord. We're using it. Okay.
I agree, Boof. I know. Come here, little buddy. Wanna watch the stream with Mom? Come here. Oh. Oh. Yes. Oh, there we go. There we are. Say hello.
Okay, here we are. He is very surprised that demons don't seem to be as malicious as you were raised to believe. Hi, Bofus. Welcome, welcome. The two of you return to the village, hoping to communicate this to everyone. They'd all been so worried and very glad that the hero brought you back. You quickly set the record straight. You weren't rescued because there was nothing to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers seem confused and look to the hero for an explanation. He tells them he only ran into you on the way back to the castle, and this really isn't his story to tell. You explain to them how you met the Overlord, and that she's not actually interested in capturing maidens or other mean things like that. Again, the villagers look to the hero for confirmation. You feel a little miffed they seem to prefer his word over yours, but you don't say anything about it. The hero proclaims he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to the demons himself, just to make absolutely sure. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You hear words like trickery and demon sympathizer being thrown around, which makes you frown.
I think she's doing a trickery. I think she's a demon synthesizer. And she likes the demons and whatnot.
She's got a demon moog! You're pretty shocked that everyone's this hesitant to believe you. Does the hero...
not a demon fighter, it's a midi fighter.
Does the hero even trust you? You aren't sure anymore. An old man implores the hero to go speak with the Overlord immediately. He says you should be held prisoner and considered dangerous until the hero returns. Much to your disbelief, the crowd agrees with him. Because of course, if you're conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their guard down. The whole village will be slaughtered by monsters. The hero isn't saying anything. You'll be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. If you're going to be held captive by anyone, it's going to be the Overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Grab the hero and run! You boldly announce that you'll accompany the hero to prove yourself. You'd rather risk what's out there instead of staying in a village that doesn't trust you. No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. Okay. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her.
We are congregating suspiciously.
The hero shakes his head. He says that this is the true nature of demons. The world is better off with less of them. This isn't right, you think? What kind of hero passes up...
Oh my god, I'm turning into a Simpson! Help me! Help me!
Oh no!
Bart!
Bart!
Parrot!
Heroic pet!
The demons have taken notice of you. It's now or never. You take off into the castle and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognized from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised they were a part of this evil plot. They seem so nice. The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Everyone's shouting to each other now. It's really stressing you out. You're relieved when the Overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence, and you think she is very Overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. Okay, so they're all in the same room now.
Yeah.
Oh, the other characters' colors are combining. Oh shit! Oh shit, Wormy, you're super wicked right! Oh my god, I didn't realize!
Oh.
You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. And thinking that must have jinxed it because now the room is engulfed in flames. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. You just pretended not to hear them. You left as you'd told, only the Overlord would have been killed. You couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The Overlord seizes her underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. There's no saving any of you now. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames.
Oh.
Okay. I
I'm
think...
gonna take disloyal off of the underling.
Yeah.
If I sound a little farther away, by the way, it's because Boof needed snuggles, and I'm laying back so he can hold me. He's hugging my shoulder.
Oh, baby. Okay, I'm actually curious because I know that the underling has a I think they get killed if they don't go along with the plot. I'm not sure. Let's find out.
That is true.
Okay, let's see where we get to with this. Whoop. Whoop. Obey her. Whoop. Grab the hero and run. Oh! As you approach the castle, you notice something's gone terribly wrong. It appears to be on fire. Is the Overlord alright? You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. Okay, so that's...
I think we need to do something with the underling, because if he doesn't go along with it, they burn her. So
Yeah.
we need to
Oh, hang
convince-
on a sec. If the underling's in the closet,
Yeah.
I think I would do it. The game was wicked calling us out for trying to find a decent ending. But-
Yeah, it super was.
But to be
If
fair,
we took
like,
Tyrant off of her, would that not make her and underling a little closer?
I mean, I took it off of her earlier, and that didn't help.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see what this set does for us.
Fair enough.
Introduce yourself. Obey her. Whoop. Grab the hero. Whoop. Okay.
Something
So-
wrong there.
Huh. What if we do that? Because I think we probably have to play the underling to unlock their 4th trait.
Yeah.
Whoop. Okay. Okay, so if we play the underling, we'll get to see from...
Can you tell I let him down?
I can.
No,
Actually-
wait, why?
What do we get if we play the Overlord? Because maybe it's a choice on whether to kill underling or not.
That's a good idea.
Back to work. Better go home. Does what she's told and takes her leave. You figure you may as well go back to bed now. You don't get to rest for very long. Oh, here we go. Ah, the maiden suddenly bursts into your room, accompanied by a hero. She's trying to frantically communicate something to you, but you're still half asleep. They tell you a group of demons is after your life. You still don't grasp the urgency of the situation. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was the first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other now, and it's very annoying. You yell for them all to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very Overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though lately all you do is sleep. The group of demons start muttering something about going back to Plan A and suddenly slam your door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the door as well, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So this is how you'll die. Burned alive in your own room by those that you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration you don't even notice that you grabbed the underling those traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. Forgive them.
Ah.
You release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You'll all burn together.
Yep, that sure helped.
Overlord's true...
Overlord's true end.
Excuse me?
Interesting.
Oh, before you're taken back to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end? You say to yourself. What was the point of my effort if the true ending is this terrible? You must have forgotten where you were. This is bad end theatre. Is the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware of what you'd be shown when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that here in my theatre, my lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest.
My little theatrical Kobayashi Maru. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so if we play Overlord again and shift underling behavior away from disloyal, I guess that probably means that it's much the same, but
he's not. They're not going to be there.
Whoop.
Oh.
We have that one again real quick. What was that? Okay. Back to bed. Don't get to rest for very long. Everything's being engulfed by flames. Try to escape. Someone didn't want you getting out. Zero foresight. Underlings have betrayed you.
Okay. So if underling isn't disloyal, then they set the fire before Maiden and Hero get a chance to show up.
Oh, hang on a sec. I think it's disloyal but not coward.
Coward rather.
This is just going to be underling murders you.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Ha.
Oh, I guess it's take retribution. You pierce your chest with their claws. They scream. The hero backs away. He is wise not to interfere. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. It doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans.
Okay.
Spite.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can get everyone's true end question mark at this point.
Yeah, we should do it as underling to get their fourth thing.
Whoop. Let's overthrow her. Hear her out. You're in a good mood today and are rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You hadn't guessed it would be even possible to understand each other before now. Okay, whoop. The Overlord asks where you found this maiden, knowing full well you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says that everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mentioned how you can't believe you and your friends even considered overthrowing her? She gives you a look, and you say that was just a joke, of course. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap.
Oh dear.
Okay, friends wake you up. Okay. Nope. You and your friends turn... Hang on a sec. You can't back down now. You'll be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one else has any better ideas. You and your friends turn to notice a pair of humans overheard your entire conversation. They take off into the castle. Are they headed to the Overlord's room? Fuck! The Overlord will kill you for sure if she found out you were conspiring to take her out. You dash into the castle after the humans. Sure enough, the Maiden's already frantically telling the Overlord everything. You shout that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up, except they don't. Instead, they blame the whole thing on you. They cry that it was all your idea. They were just going with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe they tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. You all shout at each other until the Overlord demands silence.
Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel.
She sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear your traitorous friends mutter something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly the door slams shut. You're trapped in here with the Overlord and the two humans, and then the room bursts into flames. You pound on the door, screaming curses at those who betrayed you. The hero joins you, vowing to slay the lot of them. You wish he'd get that chance. The Overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You're forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you'd sided with her. To your surprise, the Overlord spares you. Or maybe she'd rather see you suffer instead. Looking around, you've just gone from one dead end to another. The Maiden is crying, the hero is silent. You'll all burn together.
Yay! Well, we didn't get a thing.
Underling's true end.
Interesting.
No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true. You couldn't resist seeing it for yourself, though, could you? I wonder what will happen when you collect them all. Will you give in to despair, or...
No, we can't do this.
Absolutely we can. Thank you, Garfield, the deals Warlock. Okay, sure.
It kind of was.
It kind of was. I couldn't remember what voice I used before, so I just went there. And... Okay, right. So, I guess let's see it from the Maiden's perspective. Whoop. Introduce yourself. Whoop. Obey her. Zoop. Grab the hero. Zoop. The Overlord spares the underling. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together?
Yes, is the answer.
Oh. It can't end like this. You want to answer the Maiden prayers. You decide to find a way to save everyone. But retracing the paths you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? There's nothing you can do by acting from within their story. Maybe it's time to take things into your own hands. What? Oh!
Oh!
Okay, so they have the status effect on fire. That's not good.
Yeah.
Ah! You boldly insert yourself into the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone to safety. You didn't know you could do that. But what's going on here? Take a moment to get a good look at yourself. You are... you. But why are you pitch black? You feel that this body doesn't accurately resent you, but you move past it. The hero, Maiden, Underling, and Overlord have been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to do right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? Hey guys!
Hey guys!
You smile awkwardly and introduce yourself. The Maiden's the first to respond.
My prayers have been answered. You must be...
Her
Jesus
god?
Christ.
Her god? No, you're merely the player. If there's any god here, they'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. Now you realize what the real true ending must be.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
No, enough of this. I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but...
this is... Okay, either you do the voice or I do it.
Do it. I want to see you do it.
I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but
Yes,
a self-insert story? How passé.
You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't... That's you.
You didn't honestly believe you were the only one who could force your way onto the stage, did you? I am the narrator, storyteller, god of this world. Call me Trag Eddie if you'd like. Or not. Darkness envelops your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relive one of their many bad endings, right? You are alone in the darkness with me, Tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. No, I can't abide you stealing the show without permission. It's quite disrespectful.
Sick of all these bad endings.
Then, frankly, you should have never come to a place called Bad End Theater. Haven't we already been over this? You think defeating me might just be the only way to see a better ending? It's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me your moves.
Time to fight God? Okay.
The stage is set for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How will you fight against tragedy itself? I'd love to see it.
Defend?
You try closing off your heart to protect yourself, but it doesn't make you feel any better. Oh, is that all? You'll never defeat me like that.
Try that again.
You try your best to tear me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world, after all. Perhaps you don't understand just how outclassed you are here.
But
behold my beautifully tragic tales. Doesn't seeing them all again make your heart ache? You've witnessed 27 of my painstakingly crafted endings. Your heart does indeed ache for these characters. How could you want to put an end to all this? Do you truly care for them that much? They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame they couldn't make it here to the end of the world. That's right. You came here to save them. You can't do this alone. What the fuck?
oh my, okay.
You find the hero in his home, hunched over a sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Are you some kind of demon? You explain that? No, you're not a demon. You're... how can you explain it in a way the hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's sewing.
Tragedy does kind of have a point. This game is called Bad End Theater, so, like... But also... The Tragedy, you called your theater Bad End Theater, and you're in a video game, so what do you expect? Because we were expecting subversion of that.
Yeah. You should have been expecting that as much as we were expecting a good ending. Like, come on. Oh, this? I craft all my own hero gear.
You sense his pride in his hobby. You wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of hero.
Would you like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any.
Remember the state of your body and decide that yes, some undie pants from the hero would be nice. He's overjoyed by our answer. Apparently his outfits are too gaudy for other townsfolk, so no one else wants them. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fate.
I could make a living as a tailor rather than a hero? Please tell me what I can do to reach that dream.
The hero will now fight alongside you. I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this.
The hero has arrived. We really couldn't have a final boss battle without him.
You're the one who's been killing us, murderer. I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated.
Yeah, actually, Metaside's right. We've been kind of skimming over this, but these are some really good sprites.
Yeah, the art's fantastic. We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate.
Oh, our HP. Oh my.
Oh, okay. It's locked to how many ends we've got so far. Interesting. You happen to find the maiden as she exits the church, her heart set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing. She approaches you, having already taken notice of your odd form.
Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you before.
You explained that? No, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are, in a sense. You've come all this way. The maiden regards you with excited curiosity.
Hey, Silver. Then perhaps you might be a demon. I was hoping I would meet one today.
You think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring about. She is the catalyst of this story, after all.
My role as a maiden is to be captured by the Overlord, but you see, I've grown so tired of waiting.
You remember this part? She wanted to understand her role better, and so you ask what it is that she's really been hoping to gain from this. The maiden is confused by your question. Perhaps it was as simple as wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. The true end for this maiden suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. You mean I can have a big booby demon GF?
If there's something I can do to find fulfillment, then please guide me.
The maiden will now fight alongside you.
What is this horrible creature?
You wound me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a terrible thing to behold?
I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through.
Then this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy. Right, sorry, everybody. It's 2:18.
Our true endings do exist. They simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling.
Ooh. Oh gosh. Okay, so we need enough HP to get everybody to do all their shit, I think.
The maiden tries to appeal to tragedy with kindness.
So naive. I'll balance your kindness with my cruelty.
Whoop.
Or we have to figure out the right ones to do.
Seems like it. Let's summon our scrunkly friend.
You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The underling is on guard duty as you expected. They call out to you. The other demon guard is sound asleep.
Hey, you're a pretty weird-looking intruder. What do you want?
You explain that no, you're not an intruder, although you're definitely intruding into the story right now. You tell the underling you've come to save them from tragedy.
Okay, try saving me from boredom first. I hate this job.
The underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they'd rather have.
It'd be best if I didn't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life, never get bossed around or picked on.
You think of the underling's friends who had bullied them into an assassination plot only to betray them in the end. It's really hard to bully somebody into assassinating. That's kind of fucked up.
If they kept a better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. The true end for the underlings suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change their fate.
So there's a way they even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case.
It sure does, little buddy. The underling will now fight alongside you.
Florbo from my games. Wait, what the fuck? You didn't say anything about a boss battle.
The underling? You must be desperate to call on such an unreliable ally.
Huh. If I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over.
Oh, but it won't be that easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate.
I'm a little concerned about her HP.
Me too.
You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torches on the walls. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from her slumber.
Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me?
You explain that, no, you're not here to serve her. It's more like you've come to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all day sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs and responds.
Many of my underlings certainly think I should be more aggressive with the humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There's a reason I had to destroy him.
You can't help but think it's a little late in the game to be getting some new backstory.
I have no interest in waging war on the humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle.
You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets so attached to the maiden. The true end for the Overlord suddenly becomes clear.
Lesbiabs.
You offer to change her fate.
My own attempts at peace have been rather imperfect. If you offer a solution, then very well, I will follow you.
The Overlord will now fight alongside you.
Ah.
I see, so this is tragedy.
Ah, you've brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now.
You've prevented me from attaining peace for long enough. Prepare to die.
I hope you're prepared to face your deaths as well.
Yeah, I really dig that her third eye is always open. It's cool. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate.
Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combination of behaviors will open the path to your true ending? Show me! I'll give you a hint. Hope was one of them. I'm gonna guess ambition, tenacity, and justice.
Yeah. The hero tries using his belief in justice to fight tragedy.
That justice applies to you too, does it not? You will pay for your own misdeeds.
Whoop.
Whoops. Whoopsie doodles.
Your reign of terror ends here, tragedy. I refuse to give in.
The hero uses his willpower to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling.
We might, Julie, but on the other hand, we might be okay.
We get really lucky.
Like, it's two 50-50s, so...
Oh, we've probably got one more hit in us, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like tenacity and ambition.
Yeah.
I don't feel like negative things will help. I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Knock me down, I'll just come back stronger.
The underling uses their tenacity to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling.
If we click wrong, we get another attack and we lose some HP. It's not great for us.
Yeah.
This is you.
I'll reach my true ending with my own power. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. This is it. With everyone's hearts united, you take aim towards your best possible futures. You all unleash one final attack to destroy tragedy once and for all.
Wow. Can't believe that worked.
Yeah, I was expecting it not to.
You've done it. You've managed to defeat me. A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, hero. Thank you, maiden. Thank you, underling. Thank you, Overlord. Enough of this nonsense. We defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Finally, thank you most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad end theater did contain a truly good ending after all. I apologize for antagonizing you for so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it? I wonder.
I feel pretty satisfied.
I'm satisfied.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. But you've earned this one. Here's your true ending.
Ah.
Ah,
Yeah, I admit I do wonder what happens if you lose to the final boss, but this is fun. Ah!
ah.
Ah!
Mhm.
Is there a bonus for sitting through the credits? I mean, fun,
Yes.
fun song.
Mhm. Made with Rempy.
They're in Lesbiabs.
Yay. They're in lunch meet with each other.
Hmm. Now I am curious.
Oh, so you weren't done with my bad endings, and now you're back for more. You'll have to cancel out your true ending if you want to go back to the way things were before our final battle. Shall we begin the resetting process?
I'm good.
You don't want to play after all? Alright. I'll be waiting here in case you change your mind.
I think that's actually a pretty good point to wrap up, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like there probably is a bonus for getting all the endings before gunning for the true endings, but
I kind of thought that was going to be a prerequisite. I'm surprised to let us get there.
yeah, I think I'm kind of glad that it did, though, because, like, having to grind out every single ending must be kind of tedious, and instead having you have the number of endings that you unlocked be your HP in the final battle was
That
pretty
is
cool.
actually pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. So that was Bad End Theater. That is available on itch.io and on Steam. It is about $10 US, so absolutely pick that up if you want to explore some of the other endings and maybe see some of the stuff that we skimmed over a little bit. I really, really enjoyed that. That's
Yeah, it was really cute.
this is exactly the kind of game I enjoy. Like that's that's $10. That's a good couple of hours of fun. Could have squeezed out a little more, but don't care to. It fit nicely into the stream, and if you want to see,
Digestible. You get to walk away with a cute little story.
yeah, And yeah, if y'all want to see more of that, then you can pick it up yourselves. Because, you know, gotta have some incentive for you to go and support the creator. A small indie studio, Nom Nom Nami, and, well, studio, it's probably an individual actually. Seems to be the only thing they've released, at least on Steam.
Oh, I want more Lesbia Demon Princess Overlord content.
Yeah, and non-binary underling as well.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Underling is like a bunch of different people, as I know. I feel like
I like them a lot.
gosh, just a little scrungly gremlin. I love them. Yeah, more games like that, please. I really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just trying to suss out whomst to raid. Oh boy. Okay. I think we're gonna raid Melody Burst because she's doing well, she's doing Elsa games.
Oh boy. Oh, she's playing Elsa Ring. Just like everybody else.
So our raid phrase is going to be Scrungly Friend. So copy and paste that into Melody Burst is chat, and we will, yeah, go over there, do a funny little raid, have a little funny fun. And yeah, we're going to be back on Wednesday. More Wolfenstein. We're getting there. I think we're going to the moon in this one, so
Yay.
that's going to be fun. Thanks for coming along, everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Mwah.
Take care, everybody. Mwah.